What's happening, everybody? I'm back as your resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington. I'm here with my review for Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Now, if you have not seen this yet, come on back because there will be spoilers, or you've probably already seen them all across the internet even a week and a half before the movie dropped in theaters. Okay, so I'm recording this after I just saw it. I didn't go see it when it came out. I was too busy this weekend. I didn't go to an early screening, which I'm cool with because I make no secrets about it. I make no doubt about it that I wasn't a super fan of the first movie. Now, I understand the movie embraced what it is and its campiness and all this stuff. But I guess, I, like many others, went into the first Venom because you're like, oh, we're this far into superhero type films. Not saying they have to be like Marvel or DC, but we understand the formula of superhero films and TV shows. So you would think we were past the like early 2000s camp. We weren't. All right, cool. Venom made $1 billion. Cool. Perfect. Bet. All right. Then you tell us, we're officially getting Carnage, and Woody Harrelson is not going to have that horrible fucking wig again. And I'm like, okay, I believe you when I see it. Then I see in the fucking trailer, they gave him a supercut. They dead ass took him to Fantastic Sam's. And I was like, all right, whatever. You told me I was getting Shriek. I'm like many others. I was happy. You got Naomi Harris. Cool. We already know what the relationship with Tom Hardy and the symbiote is, so you go into it. And I'm watching this, and, we get kind of the origins of the relationship of Shriek and Cletus, which I was cool with. You know what I'm saying? They use the word mutation without calling her a mutant. Things like that, fine. Cletus Cassidy is in prison still. Eddie Brock's going to interview him again. And Venom is, Eddie and Venom are at odds, right? We get this. This movie spent most of its time, I'm not going to even break down scene by scene. The movie spent most of its time playing the odd couple lovers quarrel, if you will, between Venom and Eddie. Like, we know they have a symbiotic bond or relationship, but they made their relationship heightened in this. It is what it is for this movie. Venom decides to say, the hell with you, I'm gone. At one point, Venom goes to a bunch of other bodies, right? Here's the issue. If I'm not mistaken, Venom has killed about 5 people he goes on, and they don't last without him. Because he drains the life force out of them. Not only was Venom eating people in the first one, to go out and party and have a coming out party at a rave, and, the conversation he has is basically about him being in the closet and everything. And of course, there are many members of the LGBTQ plus community who have dealt with that and who have felt like they've been in the closet or hidden by partners, et cetera, et cetera. And me as an ally, somebody has rocked with y'all and, got your back. So I get it. And I was like, okay, if that's the symbolism we're throwing in the movie, cool. Because we have to have this representation across the board now. Let's just be real. It should have been happened. In the midst of that, we see how Cletus bites, as we saw in the trailer. He bites Eddie Brock, realizes the blood is not the blood, and then the symbiote goes in him. Here's one of the biggest problems I had in this movie, personally. Again, this is my personal critique of it, so others may not feel the same. Others may love it and all that, and I know what it's doing numbers-wise as I record this. I understand all that. So I'm not going to dismiss any of that. Again, like I stated, the first movie made $1 billion, so that's why you got a second. And of course, in current pandemic times, with people barely wanting to go to a theater and them only releasing this in theaters, this weekend alone is about to rock almost 100 mil. So it's doing a good job, right? Cool. My problem: Woody Harrelson was the worst person cast for this. I understand, again, this movie has this level of camp. I get it. We see Tom Hardy embracing the shit out of what this is. He knows what it is. He has fun with it. He gets to be himself and Venom. It's a good thing, right? Cool. But Woody Harrelson as Cletus Cassidy is more cartoony than the old cartoon. And that's just bad. It doesn't even fit. Like, he bonds with the symbiote, right? Here's a big problem. I think he didn't fit. I totally think he didn't fit. I said it on Twitter, I would have rather had Walton Goggins. Like, I think there's a plethora of people, but off the top of my head, this is just off the top of my dome, Walton Goggins would have been perfect for it. Another big issue I had was the relationship with the symbiote and Cletus. So everyone who's familiar with Carnage, whether it be from the comic books, whether it be from the old Spider-Man cartoon, understand that the two of them are so bonded that they don't say we, they say I. There is no two separate things. There's I, right? You don't have that. You literally did more bonding with Riz Ahmed's Riot than you did with Cletus Cassidy and Carnage. And I didn't, yeah, they both have a taste of blood and, as far as destruction and violence and just murdering people. That's Cletus is a serial killer. But the symbiote has his own plans and Carnage, Cletus has his own thing. And so it gets to a point where, of course, when we've seen in the trailer, Carnage breaks Shriek out of jail. Shriek screams, and of course, the symbiotes don't like Sonics. Cletus has to tell her, look, don't do that. It hurts him. And then at one point later on, he's like, yo, if she does that again, basically I'm a killer. Like, that's Cletus's girl. Like, that's his main squeeze. That's the only one he's loved since he was a baby. You know what I'm saying? He's come up in the Rock and Robin era with her, the Double Dutch bus. Like, he loved him some Chocolate who was in a cage. Like, they had to put this chick in everything. Like, I never understand when anytime we see movies or TV shows where you have someone who's in prison for a long time. With guys, I understand this. You can put a little toilet thing there. Dudes, we whip a dick out to piss shit, call it a day. But women, it's not just that simple. Women go through this thing called the menstrual cycle once a month. And so, like, you're already trying to keep her on the low contained because you have to put her in a soundproof box in a soundproof room. Everybody has to wear specialized earplugs on top of earmuffs because, again, her audible screech is, can deafen you. But how do you handle the basic parts? I know I'm overthinking in some parts, but whatever. Speaking of Naomi Harris, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of Naomi Harris. One of my goals is to work with her in a movie or TV show. Again, I think she played cartoonish. Campy is one thing. Let me make sure I state that. Campy is one thing for your boy. Over the top cartoonish is a whole fucking other. I didn't know how many times I was going to take the phrase lethal protector in that damn movie. I was like, I get it. We know you're doing the lethal protector. You're the lethal protector. It's like, okay, we get it. Again, personal feelings. Let's just cut to the chase. The mid-credit scene, everybody's already heard and talked about. They're combining the universes. Now, I want to say this, dead ass to y'all. Give me my props. Dead ass. Give me my props on this. 3 years ago, I went on Collider Live, said it to the world that Tom Holland had filmed scenes for the first Venom. Marvel saw the cut. Marvel didn't let it happen. It was going to be Peter Parker, not Spider-Man. After interviews that have dropped with Andy Serkis this weekend, people have circled back and was like, yo! Because Andy Serkis was like, there were plans for him to be in it. It didn't work in that when they made it happen in this one. Everybody was like, Jay said it. Now, I just say that to say, I've been fortunate enough being in this industry where, if you want to call it a pundit, a critic, if you want to call it somebody who just talks comic book movies and TV shows, who has been able to get information and talk to people, and people will confide in me, and I will never reveal sources, but I know I'm able to put something out to break it, and then it comes out. And people are like, who is dude? I remember Channel Awesome, or was it not Channel Awesome? Channel Emergency Awesome or something like that, whatever channel was like, some comedian said it, and I had to catch him. I was like, hey, bro, put some respect on my name. I'm not just some comedian. That nigga. But also, it turned out to be true. So, to see the end where the flash of light happens, where Venom is telling Eddie about 80 million years and all these different universes and stuff, and all of a sudden this flash of light happens, Venom and Eddie are transported to another room, and when there on the TV is the Daily Bugle's report of Peter Parker being Spider-Man right after being killed, after supposedly he killing Mysterio. Here's my belief. I tweeted about this as well. I reference a lot of things I'll say on social media because they apply a lot of times to reviews and certain things. Excuse me. I believe that what if Loki, Spider-Man No Way Home are all happening simultaneously, and maybe the end of WandaVision. I say this because I don't think Stephen Strange's spell is what breaks the multiverse. Just like the killing of He Who Remains in Loki, even though we know we're getting to Loki season 2, just as much as Ultron beating the piss out the Watcher through the multiverse. I believe a combination of all those things fucking with the multiverse shatters the multiverse. Because one thing, the multiverse can reset itself. We've seen different universes reset it. We've seen it happen in various iterations of the multiverse. But if multiple things are happening to the multiverse at one time, then that's how you fuck it up. So, what does this mean going forward? We're getting a Sinister Six type deal coming in No Way Home. Does that mean that Tom Hardy's a part of it? He might be. Photos did show him having the crew cap on. I also think him seeing Spider-Man is going to play a bigger part in the Venom that a lot of us want. If you noticed, so far in these 2 Venom movies, there are 2 essential things about Venom that aren't there. 1, the emblem on his chest. 2, he doesn't shoot his own webs. I don't think he won't do that until his interaction with Peter. Somehow, some way, the symbiote's going to jump off of Eddie, jump onto Peter, and probably jump back. It's going to be something quick. But in the process, because he was on Peter with the suit, boom, he makes his own symbol. And then now he can shoot webs. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It is what it is. But overall, I know what this movie is. It's campy, right? But this is the problem, because now Sony's building this whole Sonyverse, right? We've cast Jackpot, Silk, Madam Web. We have the Morbius movie with Jared fucking Leto coming out. We've got Aaron Taylor Johnson as Kraven the Hunter. Are all of the Sony films going forward going to be this campy? And because Tom Holland is basically, as he's working for Marvel Studios as far as that, Spider-Man is still a Sony property. So does he go over to these movies now? There's so much to see going forward. Again, the Kraven the Hunter is for sure happening. Silver and Black keeps coming up, and then it keeps broken down to a series and all these different things. Silver Sable and Black Cat, who knows? But when it comes down to Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Carnage was dispatched of too easy. Of course, you want to get rid of it quickly. We got our F-bomb. Fuck this guy. As, again, spoiler alert, Venom eats Cletus Cassidy's head. He eats the symbiote. Basically ingests it. And so I gotta learn to submerge my expectations with these movies. Again, I am a fan. I'm such a diehard fan of the Maximum Carnage series. When I heard this was coming out, I was like, yo! You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta see going forward. Either way it goes, this is my thoughts. I want to know your opinion down below. Let's keep the conversation and the discourse civil. If you did like it, you did. If you didn't, you didn't. That's how this should go. I see a lot of critics and all them like, you shouldn't go see this because it's bad. You should go see it because you want to see it. But you just want to know people's thoughts on it, myself included. Make your own formulate your own opinion on it. I give you my thoughts, my review, but formulate your own. And if like I said, if you've seen it, let me know down below. But while you're here, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Subscribe to the channel, y'all. The Doom Patrol reviews are back with myself and my Blurs in the Hood co-host, Mr. Winston A. Marshall. We're trying to catch up on all those. Speaking of which, Blurs in the Hood every Tuesday and Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. on the East Coast. YouTube.com/Blurs in the Hood and Twitch.tv/Blurs in the Hood. The Mad Titan Podcast. I had it back, and then my schedule just was like, nah, nigga, you ain't got time right now. And I was trying, and I'm sorry, but we're trying to figure out. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually getting an assistant to help me out with it, so I can figure out how to do that. If you're seeing this and you're in the Milwaukee area this Friday, the 8th of October, I will be headlining the 10 o'clock show at the Laughing Tap for the Milwaukee Comedy Festival. So come see me do about a hour on stage. Come have some laughs and jokes if you're in Milwaukee, if you feel like driving towards the area. But again, I will holler at y'all later. Take care. Let me know your thoughts. Your boy out.